Hey YouTube, Ultra Magnum here, and today we're taking a look at Fans Toys Sheridan, a masterpiece representation of Warpath. If you're new to my channel, please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Okay, here we go. So there is just one accessory. It's a googly-eyed alien mask from the episode Hoist Goes to Hollywood, and it's nicely sculpted, nicely painted, really goofy, not expected to be honest. But then I didn't really expect any accessories with Warpath, so it's a nice touch, I think. 10 out of 10? Why not? If we start with the head, it's on a ball and will swivel all the way around. You get a little bit of up and a little bit of down. The shoulders are a really strange setup, to be honest. There's quite a few connections going on here. There's no butterfly, but there is full rotation. If you pull it out, you need to clear a little tab on the back there to be able to swivel all the way around. The same is true to go out to the side as well. It needs to be pulled out to do that. There is a bicep swivel, but it's so ridiculously tight on mine, I can't actually turn it much past there. And when I do, I can just see there's just tension on that plastic on the inside, so that is an issue. There is a single elbow. It will go a little bit past the 90 degrees. The hands are one fused lump for the fingers and a thumb that's set in place. There is a wrist rotation, but again, that's very tight. I can't actually move mine. The waist swivel is there and is full. It will go all the way around. And there is also a very tight, squeaky ab crunch. I think it might even go a little bit further actually. So there is that. For the hip skirts, it's a single lump at the front and two at the side. Legs will go out to the front fully and a decent way at the back. There's just a clearance there with the top of the thigh on there. You can maybe twist this a little bit to get a bit more. The knees will do 90, but you have to be careful. There's a bit of a clearance with this hinge piece here and the lower part of the thigh there. I think you can pull it in, but you've just got to be really careful when you do that. So some squeaky issues with this figure all around. I'm sure you can kind of see. The ankles have got a good rocker and they've got a little bit of forward and back. So there are problems with this figure, to be honest, posability wise. Some of it's a limitation in terms of what's there, so there's no butterfly and the elbows on a single and all of those kind of things. Sometimes you get that with figures, but the problem with this is it's the connections that are there are just way too tight, and if you can't move the elbow and you can't move the knee without fear of breaking the figure, I think that's a poor show. So 4 out of 10. Paint wise, he's covered from head to toe and he's painted immaculately. It's a really deep burgundy metallic red and it matches the Warpath colour. He doesn't look like Warpath from the cartoon. It's not too inaccurate, but it's a really nice figure, to be honest. I think I actually prefer the look of this rather than the lumpy cartoon version. That's a personal preference, but you know, just to point out. In terms of cleanup from the front, he's sensational. From the side, there's a couple of kibbly bits, and when you get up around here, this looks a little bit messy. It's needed for the transformation, but you know, it's a critical point nonetheless. Sculpt-wise, the face is great. Really like that, and there's detail all over the figure. So overall, the quality, oh, and the heft as well, of course. He's made of die cast everywhere, and he's quite chunky feeling for such a small figure. So overall, the quality is really good. Just a couple of critical points. So 9 out of 10. Scale-wise, I think he's all right, actually. Normally with Fans Toys, I kind of think they're a bit too big. But I think this is spot on. It is for me anyway. 10 out of 10. So I actually quite like the transformation design on this. I think it's fun. And I think there are definite masterpiece moments, particularly the way that the upper body moves out and reveals the tank turret. That I wasn't expecting at all. And for them to kind of build that in such a clever way, I think is ingenious, frankly. And in general, the actual design of the transformation is proper good. What really lets it down are the same issues that were there in the posability. There are tight, squeaky joints all over the place, and some of the moves when you're doing things are a little scary. I think it's a real issue, this section here, where you have to basically risk the plastic on the back of the fist, because that's actually the same flap that allows you to close the forearm. So that is a real negative point. So overall, it's a good transformation design, but it's let down in a few places. So 6 out of 10. So on to alt mode, and it's absolutely sensational looking. I think it's a cracker. It cleans up fantastically. It feels heavy because of all the metal. It's like a brick, and it's just really nicely detailed and sculpted. The turret moves, the barrel can move up and down. It's a little bit tight, so be careful. I think this is a neat touch. The back of Warpath's head actually opens up. There's a tiny little turret there as well. So really great alt mode all around. It's a 10 out of 10 from me. So there we have it. He gets a final score of 8.2. So this is a figure that looks great in alt mode and it looks great in bot mode. Its issues are that it's not particularly posable, and there are some real flaws in terms of the engineering for transformation. A lot of tight joints all over the place in this one, and that's a real shame actually, because it could have been a really good transformer. I think the design, the actual design of the thing is fantastic. It's just the execution, and I'm afraid that's kind of like a fans toys theme. Great looking figures, but you can't do what you want with them, which is transform them and pose them. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed the review. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, and bye for now.